Well, hello, my beautiful gems. This is Maria from The Guided Gem, and I'm here to do a reading for my beautiful single Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So, as long as you have Sagittarius in your chart, there might be a message for you in this reading. Now, guys, I've been a little bit sick and under the weather, so I haven't been posting readings, but let me tell you, Spirit has been kicking my butt to get this kind of reading out. So, this reading is for the single Sagittarius, and it's all about if you have been having a hard time moving on or letting go of the past or someone from the past or a past hurt, a past situation, a past something. And there's going to be a message for you in here for you to help you to take that next step into the next chapter of your life. All right, Spirit, let's get to it. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do we have for Sagittarius? All right, Spirit, let's do it. Okay, we have overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Interesting card to start off with. So sometimes, we get overwhelmed with situations that's going on in our life, and we keep going through this vicious cycle, like back and forth. Like, you want to take a step forward, but you feel like, the story of the past is just creating this story in your head, and like you're going in circle and you're having a hard time just stepping out of it. That's sometimes what overwhelm can do for us. Another thing is with the plenty, I'm getting that a lot of you, with the plenty, I'm getting that you have been wanting to have it all. You're refusing to miss out on anything. And sometimes having too much of a good thing is overwhelming, right? So, really interesting that we're starting off that way. Spirit, can I have another one, please? One or two. One or two. Two. Let's do this, Spirit. Sagittarius. We got one here. We have hollow bone, teachability. How interesting. Sagittarius, I'm like this is throwing me off guard a little bit because usually when I do my readings, there's just advice, and this time I'm getting a sense that there is something that you need to be opened about. You need to allow something new, something that is not your normal way of thinking. It's not your normal way of being. And I feel that there's something that you really need to allow Spirit to guide you. Okay, maybe this is why I'm being kicked in the butt to do these readings for you. But okay, Spirit, could I get one more, please? Teachability, huh? Hollow bone. There's a sense of protection that I'm getting. Spirit of the river, movement forward, adventure. Beautiful. Okay, so here's the cards that you've got. Let me show them to you. So we start with the overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. See how it's busy? I feel like this card is chaotic. I feel that, there's a shadow and a light side. And I feel that, having too much of a good thing sometimes is overwhelming. This is what this feels like. And I feel that I'm talking to a few Sagittarius that this is exactly what's going on in their life. You want plenty of a something or someone or people or things in your life, and now that you have it, it's overwhelming, and it's creating it's bringing out the shadow side of you and the light side of you. It's really interesting. So of course we're going to go deeper with tarot and go into it, and don't click off too early, because usually at the end of the reading I will definitely give you some advice on how to deal with all this. Okay. And then we have this hollow bone. And this took me off guard because teachability, the hollow bone means like there's no more life to it. There's no more there's no more of that bone marrow where it can absorb nutrients and it can absorb, the things that are needed in our lives in order for us to be nourished, in order for us to feel satiated, satisfied, or something that allows us to receive what we need, right, to survive. Okay, so the question is, are you teachable in order for you to revive this, to bring something of nutritional into your life space, right? So that we can deal with this overwhelm and this overflow here. Okay. And of course, this is your challenge position. And if you're still single, then everything that you've been doing, if you thought that the material world was going to bring someone loving and caring to you, no, it's leaving you empty. It's leaving you lifeless. It's leaving you alone and miserable, maybe, because I see a lot of darkness and confusion and shadow overwhelm here. Okay? So I guess your message is starting off very clearly, and it's saying that, Sagittarius, if you are still single, then there's something that you need to open yourself to learning, or to fill you up, something new to fill you up, because this material world has left you empty. It has left you lifeless. Okay, so if you want to be vibrating, and if you want true love to come in, well, it's time to move forward. It's time to go for new adventures. Face your fears. Do it anyway. Leave behind this overwhelm, this stress, whatever this chaos is. Now, for some of you, I'm getting, Spirit is clearly telling me that the overwhelm and the plenty is the demands of your career, your life, your job. Now, if you are living a lifestyle that is taking up so much of your energy, and it's putting you out there to the point where it's consuming you, that you don't have time to bring in something that's nurturing for you. Everything is superficial, everything is on high level, everything is, even anyone you meet, even if you meet people, it's very shallow. I want to say the meeting is it's superficial. So you get to know them. There's an interest. Maybe you guys will even hook up, but then guess what? You're left lifeless again. You're left empty. It's not a relationship that is being built. Okay, so if you do have this kind of job where you have to entertain the world, that when you go home you just want to be by yourself, you want to be alone, then be alone, but call on Spirit to show you and guide you the way. Like, meditate. Maybe you need to let go of this kind of toxic environment that you're in, whether it's your job, whether it's I'm getting family. For some of you, it's family, and how they kind of control your life, and you're like this robot that is going above and beyond to be the good girl or the good boy that will please others, and yet you're just lifeless. You're just a walking robot, just going through the motions, and this is not a way to live. Okay, so children, why is children coming to me? Spirit, clarify. So children, I'm getting that for some of you, you have this huge responsibility. You think that you can't have a life because you have children, and you need to be there for your children. Well, you know what? Your children need life as well. There's nothing more empowering for children to see their parent thriving. Okay, really powerful message here. Okay, let's get to tarot, but I need to get a sip of coffee because my throat is still not 100%, so you might hear my voice cutting out in and out. Just give me a second. I'm an espresso girl, so I need my espresso extra long. All right, Sagittarius, so let's go into tarot. Let's see why this is happening, and why you're still single, and why you're struggling to find your soulmate, your true love. All right, Spirit, overflow. Why is this here? Overflow. What other messages do we have for Sagittarius? I'm getting for some Sagittarius that if you have like a lack mentality, if you have something missing in the financial or in the abundance in your life, it has to do with you being scattered. I'm getting scattered energy. Like your energy is so scattered, and the thought of doing something is overwhelming for you. So if that is the case, then it's an easy fix, and you got to just do it second by second, moment by moment. But the first step is to actually take a piece of paper and a pen. Just write down. Just write. Or if you're very tech savvy, then use the notes on your phone and just type even bullet points and say, okay, here's my ideas. Like, okay, I got to do this. I got to do this, and just put the checkbox before that checklist and do one at a time. This can help you relieve that overwhelm. Okay, that's a message for someone. I had to say it. Okay, so this overflow. So I love seeing this because the Knight of Pentacles, it is that energy of slow and steady wins the race. So you are definitely on the right direction. You are definitely a very stable energy. You know what you want, and you're not rushing through anything. The good news here is that I'm getting is that pentacles are very tangible. Now, you are willing to make that solid offer, whether it is to be in a relationship or, like I said, we have plenty. Maybe you have a lot of partners, but there is that one person that can revive you. And you're just going through, the crowd, and you're just taking your time, and you're just waiting to see who that one person's going to be. Now, Spirit is telling me that you need to start with you. And, it's funny because that's a very powerful message right there. But you need to start with you. So the question is, how loving to self are you? Because right now what I see here is that it's very shallow. It's very there's no life in here. Okay, if you're going through the motions, and if you're just slowly going through there, and believe it or not, we're aging as time goes by. Spirit is saying it's great to take your time and to weed out all the bad ones before you get to the right one. But the question is, how overwhelming is this, right? Are you sure that this is fulfilling you? Because the biggest mistake we tend to do, and not just you, Sagittarius, probably 99% of everyone that lives here on the planet Earth, does not live in the present moment. So Spirit is saying, you're being overwhelmed, but just live. Live today. Just move forward. Take adventures. Explore. Go on the wild side. I don't know. Do something that is going to bring you to the present moment. There's a need for that, I feel. All right, Spirit, what else do we have? Sagittarius. Okay, let's do hollow bone. Ooh. I know why that went flying, because this is exactly what your energy is. You have the Five of Wands energy. It's like you're fighting your own demons. You're in your head. You're constantly battling, like, what to do, who to be with. Like you're in this constant fight mode. But the funny thing is, you're fighting with yourself. You're literally fighting with yourself. So I feel like all these demons within you, it's because you're not allowing yourself to say, oh, you know what? I will try this It doesn't matter if it doesn't work out. I will, make a proposal to that person. We'll see where it goes. I'll allow myself to go deeper into the connection. And yes, I might get hurt, but at least I will have lived. You're too afraid to do that because you need to be sure. You need to be sure they are the perfect one. But Spirit is saying, the best lessons in life are the ones that we learn from our failures, right? And how teachable are you is like, how are you going to be taught if you're going to do the same thing over and over that you're in your comfort zone? If you refuse to go outside of that comfort zone, then you can have the same thing repeating over and over again. So where's the change? Where's the growth? Where's the spirituality? And I'll tell you, and I'll be honest with you, Sagittarius, you guys are very, very spiritual. You guys are philosophers of life. So now the thing is, you're not being a philosopher to yourself. I need you to teach yourself. All right, Spirit, what else do we have? Okay, so we have the Emperor. This is so funny. Spirit is wanting you to take charge of your own life. This is you, you're great at teaching people. You're great at telling people how to live their lives. But when it comes to you, you're very superficial. You do not make a connection that is deep. You can show interest. You can even hook up with someone, but you're always being aware. You're always being very cautious not to reveal too much about yourself. You need to be in control and you need to be sure that no one can hurt you. Well, that's pretty shallow, I think. Okay. Well, let's see what else do we have for Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, these readings, and these readings are not to judge or criticize you. Believe me, I have Sagittarius in my chart, so I'm taking this message very personally. But just understand that these readings are to help you see the shadow side of ourselves, right? To help you release it so you can have a better life. And with the Five of Cups in the reverse, and that's interesting that it came in the reverse, because in the upright, this is having regrets in life. And Spirit is wanting you to take control and to change your way of being so that you have no regrets in life. Because before you know it, you'll be that old and you'll say like, what happened? Where did my life go? What did I do with my life? This is why it's time for you to take control of your life. All right, Spirit, and look at this at the bottom of the deck. The Wheel of the Year. And this deck, and this is the Witch's Tarot, this is the Wheel of the Year. So this is changing. Your cycle is going to change for your last lifetime. Isn't that interesting? All right, Spirit. What is Spirit of the River here? Why is it movement towards adventure? Why is that here? Tell Sagittarius, what do I need to tell Sagittarius about the Spirit of the River? Going with the flow. I mean, that's so easy, right? It's so simple. But yet we have reservations. We have our boundaries, and we don't take down our boundaries. The shadow side. Didn't I say that? The shadow side? Come on. You got to face your fears. You got to go towards the light. It's like you're afraid of your own shadow. I know I've never said this in a reading, but you're afraid of your own shadow. Okay? You're afraid. Your shadow and your true self, it is all of you. In order for you to thrive, in order for you to move forward, in order for you to be truly fulfilled and alive, you need to be both your shadow and your light side. You need to be one. And only then, once you're able to face your shadow side, is when you truly understand yourself and you become to a level of truly growing and spiritually evolving. And this is when you'll be able to have a true found relationship. This is beautiful. It's bringing that balance into your life. It's bringing both the shadow and the light side as a union to be a true, authentic individual in order to be in a relationship. All right, Spirit, what else do we have for Sagittarius? This has been a really powerful message so far. And sometimes, look at this, with the Two of Swords, this is like that stalemate energy. Unless you deal with your shadow side, you're going to be stuck for the rest of your life. You cannot ever go into a deep, meaningful relationship unless you remove this blindfold and use your sword to, face those fears, to protect you, to be a warrior, to move forward, to make that choice and that decision to free yourself. Okay? Wow, what a beautiful message. And again, like I said, I have Sagittarius in my chart, and this message is also for me. We all need to grow spiritually. And I'm very spiritual, but, I'm always ready to open and to learn, and I am very teachable. So I'm taking this in for myself as well. All right, Spirit, let's see. What else do we have? Thank you. Oh, yes, look at this. The Three of Swords. You are being stuck because you've been hurt in the past, okay? There's also a sense here that I'm getting from Spirit that you don't like to hurt people, and I get that, okay? But so let's go back to the people that are being controlled by their family. You're staying there and you're going through the motion because you don't want to hurt them, and I understand that. Your children, you don't want your children to go through any more pain. But what did I say before, right? It's through our pain and our hurt that we learn our lessons and we grow. So this is part of our journey here, okay? So it's okay to take that adventure and to go down the river and see where the river takes us and go through that journey. And it might be a good journey. Not all journeys are painful journeys. But if you do have a painful journey on your journey, just understand that there's a lesson for you to learn there. And if you've heard the saying before, like Spirit will only take you to what you can handle. And trust me, some journeys are very, very painful. But the more pain, guess what? More gain, more wisdom. Because the amount of pain and experiences that I had to go through in all of my journeys, trust me, the wisdom that I've gained through all of those experiences has enlightened me, has brought me to where my life is today. And today I'm here to help you so that you can grow and be teachable, right? And to have the perfect life that you want for yourself, right? And if you are not wanting to be single anymore, I feel like this is something that you need to go through in order for you to find your perfect match, okay? All right. Sometimes, however, this pain, I'm getting that sometimes this pain is something from a past life or sometimes from a childhood pain. And maybe you've seen your parents go through like a really nasty divorce, so now you're afraid to go into a commitment. You're afraid to give yourself fully because you've seen what people can do to hurt other people. Maybe one of your parents have gone through it and you're saying, there's no way, I'm never going to do this. And for that, I'm going to go to the vintage wisdom oracle and see if maybe there's a message from your ancestors, okay? Let's see. For Sagittarius, what is keeping Sagittarius stuck? What is keeping Sagittarius? What is preventing them from moving forward and finding a true soulmate? What do we have for Sagittarius, please? Whoa, thank you. Oops. Gratitude. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, Sagittarius, this is a beautiful message and I hope you get this. So the gratitude card is just a message for you, and remember, how teachable are you? It's asking you to be grateful. And you're going to say, well, Maria, I am grateful. I really appreciate everything in my life. I'm grateful. I say thank you. I'm all of that. Okay, great. Are you also truly grateful for the lessons you've learned? Are you also truly grateful for the experiences that you had to go through? Are you also truly grateful for every journey, every adventure that you've been through, whether it was a good one or a painful one? This is saying that, You have to be grateful for the fact that you experienced your parents going through a really difficult divorce, that separation, those harsh words, that angry tone, the violent, whatever it is that you had to experience. Be grateful for those lessons because it has molded you into something that you need to deal with today in order for you to be a higher vibrating self. And once you are grateful for that, even with the lessons that you had to learn, is when you're able to come into union and have a solid relationship. Regardless of what you've experienced in the past, regardless of what your family has gone through, you're going to make that relationship the real thing. Okay? So be grateful for all of those lessons in your past. Okay? Now, let's get some advice from Spirit. And I'm going to go to the Archangel Power Tarot cards. These are powerful. And I've also, sorry, I'm going to get some coffee here. I apologize. I've also upgraded to the Archangel Metatron, and it's a self-mastery oracle deck. But the thing is, I would love to give you advice from that deck today, but I'm not very familiar with the deck, so I'm still studying it, and I'm still going through the messages from that deck. But I will do a reading for the singles Sagittarius shortly using that Archangel Metatron deck, okay? So for today, we're using the Archangel Power Tarot cards. All right, Spirit, please, 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 let's get some advice for my beautiful Sagittarius. For those who are single and having a hard time moving on, hard time letting go of the pain from the past. Wow, look at this. Sagittarius, we have the 9 of Ariel. This is like the 9 of Pentacles. And it says, your dreams are fulfilled. Hard work leads to great success. A love for the beautiful things in life. How teachable are you? This is you being completely fulfilled, okay? Being completely and abundantly satisfied with your life, okay? But remember, it has to do with love as well. You can't leave love out of your life because love is an energy and we need that balance in our life. So we can't have all of the abundance in our life and have a shallow love life because it doesn't, there's a lack, okay? There's an imbalance in your energy flow. It's like you're like limping on one side and Spirit wants you to vibrate at a full maximum speed. Okay, you need to follow through. You need to learn these painful lessons that you need to be grateful for in order for you to move on. And once you do that, once you elevate and you're vibrating at a full frequency, your whole life is going to change. I can promise you that. Okay? Beautiful energy. I love it. And look at this. And then we have the 8 of Ariel. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. How teachable are you? So even though this is kind of referring to, the pentacles and referring to work and referring to all of those things, remember, pentacles is energy, okay? Energy is that tangible, the real deal, okay? And you need to maybe go to therapy in order to heal this. You need to maybe find professional people that can help you work through your past situation, work through, the traumas of your life. And believe me, a lot of people go through trauma and they put it under the rug, and that is the biggest mistake that they can do because it's going to make you live a life that is hollow, empty, lifeless, okay? So please do the work. I promise you your life is going to transform into a beautiful life for yourself. Well, there you have it, my beautiful Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if you did, I would truly appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel, like the video, share it if you know another Sagittarius, and write me a comment. Let me know where you're at. I'd love to hear from you. Until then, I'm sending you love and light.